So, I didn't do a whole lot today. I was feeling pretty bad most of the day, and I don't know, but I did, because of how kind of rotten I was feeling, I did end up talking to my parents, and I was talking to them about, well, I'm transgender, and they are still trying to deal with that. Um, I came out to them back around August, and the one person in my life who has been really supportive of me has been my sister Molly Kay. Um, she's not the only person who's been supportive, but I think the one who's been the most supportive, and it's been really great to have her help. And my parents, um, there's no question of how much they care about me, but I think that, well, they're having a lot of trouble dealing with it, and I don't know. It's really hard for me to talk to my mother about this, and honestly, it's really difficult for me to talk about any of my feelings, because I've kind of developed a personality where I it's like I believe that my feelings um, are invalid and wrong, and I know intellectually that that's not how I should think, that's not how I should feel, but it's how I've lived most of my life, and I'm now dealing with and learning how to um, deal with that in a more healthy way. So when I was feeling bad, I knew why a lot of it was, and that I needed to talk to them, and so I did, and it went pretty well. Um, we're slowly making progress. It's taking them time to adjust to the idea, and to accept that it's not just, I don't even know really what they think that it is, but I think that in a lot of ways they think that it might just go away, and that I might be jumping into something, but I don't know. But I I was at least able to express to my mom that when I talk to them, it it's just another set of people who are making me feel like my feelings aren't valid, and like I don't know who I am, and I do. I mean, I know better than anyone else, at least, what's going on inside of my own head, and I've taken a lot of time to think about this, and I've researched the crap out of it, and I've gotten together with other transgender people and shared experiences, and I've been seeing a therapist, and, well, for one thing, YouTube is a great place to find transgender people. It helped me to hear a lot of their stories, and really encouraged me that you need to recognize who you are and express that, and that I was feeling bad because I wasn't. And one big issue in my house is that my youngest sister, Mary Kate, doesn't know about it. My parents were worried because she's younger, she's in high school, and she's been dealing with some issues on her own, but it's more just related to sports injuries. But they thought that it would negatively impact her to know this, and or maybe they just wanted to be sure before I talked to her. But it's really hard because I still live at home, and I have no place where I can express myself safely without having to. I mean, I can do it in public, and it's fine, and it's something I have to get used to. But still, I don't have any space that's my own other than, my room. But if I put on makeup and get dressed up, which makes me feel good about myself, but when I do that, I can't go to the kitchen to get a drink of water or get some food or leave the house. Like, I have to stay in here, or clean it all off and change clothes. So I was expressing to them that I need to come out to her, and I need my home to be a safe space for me to express myself and explore who I am. So that's what's been going on. I didn't mean for this video to be quite so long, but oh well, happens. So if anyone out there watches this, ooh, text message, popular. Um, there's a lot of, I'm not the only person who has to deal with these types of issues, and I'm extremely fortunate to have a family who is at least trying to understand, and I'm trying to give them time, but it is difficult. And I just gave them a pamphlet that I printed from PLFAG. I believe it stands for Parents of Lesbians and Gays. It's like a support group type of thing for them in education, and it's just a network of people, and they have something called TNET, which is for trans people and their parents and their family members, and they've got a pamphlet that is kind of about how to deal with, a loved one coming out to you as being transgender or any type of trans, and how to it's just informative, and I'll put a link to that in the description in case anyone wants to have that. It's not perfect, but it is, I think, a good starting point when they're ready for it. I think that's a big thing. I printed this off months ago, and I didn't feel until tonight that my mother was really ready to read it. And I mean, it's been tough, but I really am thankful that my mother is trying. She was raised in a very traditional home, and she's very kind of conservative, traditional mindset, and I respect that her ideas are very different from my own, and I know that it's very difficult for her, that this whole thing is, but it's difficult for me too, and that's what I needed her to understand, is that I need her support, and she is trying to support me and trying to adjust. So we'll see where it goes. I think that's all I have today, since I've gone on 7 minutes longer than I meant to. Bye, guys.